liberal journalists being shot, people being lynched because they are Dalits, Muslims killed on suspicion of eating beef. This is new in India and damages India very badly. Decisions like demonetization, which removed 86% of cash from circulation overnight and was carried out unilaterally without asking the chief economic advisor, the cabinet, or even parliament, imposes a devastating cost on India. Currently, we are not producing enough jobs. 30,000 new youngsters are joining the job market every single day. 30,000. And yet, the government is only creating 500 jobs a day. And this does not include the massive pool of already unemployed youngsters. Millions of small businesses were simply wiped out as a result of demonetization. Farmers and manual laborers who use cash were hit extremely hard. Agriculture is in deep distress and farmer suicides have skyrocketed across the country. Demonetization, a completely self-inflicted wound, caused approximately 2% loss in India's GDP. India cannot afford to grow and create jobs at the current rate. If we continue at the current rate, if India cannot give the millions of people entering the job market employment, anger will increase and it has the potential to derail what has been built so far. What can destroy our momentum is the opposite energy: hatred, anger, and violence, and the politics of polarization, which has raised its ugly head in India today. Violence and hatred distract people from the task at hand. In today's connected world, this is extremely dangerous. It isolates people and makes them vulnerable to radical ideas. And the right-wing politicians are saying, go there and pick up the fish. And people are sort of looking at the simple answers. They're looking at the simple answers, but you're not going to get a result from the simple answers. Every time you think you've understood India, she will reveal something new to you. In fact, I would venture to say, anyone who thinks he understands India is a fool. There's no democratic country in human history that has raised as many people out of poverty as India has. It has never been done. And we have not done it with violence. We've not done it by killing people. We have done it peacefully together. For the first time in our history, India, if it is steered correctly and faithfully, has the opportunity to wipe out poverty. If India is able to lift another 350 million people out of poverty by 2030, it would be an achievement of which the human race can be proud. Doing this will require us to grow at more than 8% over the next 13 years. India has done it before and can do it again. But it is imperative that India sustain a high growth rate for an uninterrupted period of 10 to 15 years in order to do so. At the heart of this powerful engine that India has built with its blood, sweat and bare hands since 1947 are jobs and economic growth. No amount of growth is enough for India if it is not accompanied by the creation of jobs. It doesn't matter how fast you grow. If you are not creating jobs, you're not actually solving the problem. Roughly 12 million young people, 12 million, enter the Indian job market every year. Nearly 90% of them have a high school education or less. India is a democratic country, and unlike China, it has to create jobs in a democratic environment. India does not have, and nor does it want, China's coercive instruments. We cannot follow their model of massive factories controlled by fear. Jobs in India are going to come instead from small and medium scale industry. India needs to turn colossal numbers of small and medium businesses into international companies. Currently, all the attention in India is paid to the top 100 companies. Everything is geared towards them. Banking systems are monopolized by them. The doors of government are always open to them, and laws are shaped by them. Meanwhile, entrepreneurs running small and medium businesses struggle to get bank loans. They have no protection and no support. Yet these small and medium businesses are the bedrock of India and the world's innovation. Big businesses can easily manage the unpredictability of India. They're protected by their deep, deep pockets and connections. But the real innovative strength of India lies with the millions of small firms and young entrepreneurs that run them. And they're relying on us to build the financial, communication, and political infrastructure that would allow them to turn their skills into global businesses. The nature of India's transformation has now reached a stage where its momentum is so powerful that our failure is no longer an option. Our success impacts the world, but should our country fail, it will shake the entire world. What India is trying to do is to connect 1.3 billion people into the global economy with minimum disruption possible in a peaceful and compassionate way. But don't be confused. If this process breaks down, the potential for violence is massive. I've given you the positives, so before I end, I need to tell you what can go dangerously wrong. Our strength so far has been that we have done all this peacefully. The politics of hate divides and polarizes India, making millions of people feel that they have no future in their own country. The idea of non-violence, or ahimsa, as we call it in India, is what has allowed this huge mass of people to rise up together. Uniting India's religions, castes, and languages would simply be impossible without it. It is this idea that Mahatma Gandhi fashioned into a powerful but beautiful political weapon.